What's up, YouTube? Thank you so much for watching my channel. I really appreciate your views. I appreciate your time. And this week I want to dive into something a little bit different, and I want you to be successful. And this week is about success as well as deliberate practice, which will get you to success and to succeed. And to start off, I want to ask you a few questions. For example, do you know what you want in life? Do you believe in yourself? Do you want to make changes but don't know how? Because there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts to becoming rich. There are no shortcuts to becoming wealthy or even talented. However, the process is long and rigorous, but it's totally worth it at the very end. I promise you, it's worth it. It's your choice to make a decision to change your life, to becoming rich, to becoming talented, and to become healthy. So I want you to achieve your goals, because Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, and even Gary Vaynerchuck achieved theirs by doing this one thing. At the very end, I want you to know that talent is overrated, and there are no such thing as a God-given talent or an overnight success or overnight talent that you were miraculously given. So do you know the difference between an average Joe like me versus a great like LeBron James, Gary Vaynerchuck, Tony Robbins? And it's not what you think it is, because talent is much different than what you think it is. Only a few can achieve this level of greatness. Did you know that those who work 8 hours or to 10 hours a day are actually getting worse at their jobs? And you're probably sitting there like, no. Well, yes, because you already understand the job. You know the process. You already know it's a 9-to-5 position. And you're satisfied. You go home, you play your video games, or B, you watch a football game. You never research more. So how does this have to do with talent? Well, researchers actually identified a thing called deliberate practice. And it's not what you think it is. However, this one thing can get you closer to your goal. And here are the key factors of affecting deliberate practice as well as talent. It's your passion, your mental toughness, and the rising standards. So what is causing the rise of talent? For example, in 1908, the 100-yard or 100-meter dash was ran in 22.6 seconds. That was the Olympic time. Kids now are eating that for lunch. Today, high schoolers are eating that number up for lunch. I'm telling you, they're beating it by 2 whole seconds. 2. Is it kids are getting bigger? No. It's actually not. It's because of technology. It is allowing us to train better at a much more efficient rate. So how about education? The rise of education standards are just drastically growing. Kids now are learning how to code. I don't know how to code personally. But here is a thing that a famous scholar named Roger Bacon, he claimed that a person would need 30 to 40 years to understand complex math. Guess what he was talking about? Calculus. No matter how bad you are at math, you're not going to need 30 years to learn calculus. I promise you. Those who want to become great can. Chris Rock, a famous comedian, would go around smaller gigs and would practice his delivery. During these trials, he would cut, he would trim, until he perfected his show. And upon his big event, he would make it seamless. What made Jerry Rice so great? He gave it to practicing, which allowed him to play 20 years in the NFL. And they say that his record it's going to be really hard, near impossible to break, because he played so many years in the league. And secondly, he stayed so healthy. A recent poll with college professional musicians revealed that the difference between those who started at a much younger age, between the age of 5 and 10, with 8 hours of practice a day, outperformed those with the same amount of practice who started at a much older age. So, and then you're saying, oh, what about Tiger Woods? Well, what about him? His father was a professional golfer, basically. He loved to teach. His father retired at 44. And his dad was a fanatic golfer. He was a ranked player. Earl learned or taught Tiger how to play at a really young age. By elementary school, Tiger was already known by famous golfers. And having someone that's constantly critiquing and who can point out the little small details just a way to improve your swing or even your putting style can drastically improve your skills. When trained properly, for example, professional tennis players will know where the ball will land before an average player will. For an average player like you and I. Andy Roddick serves at 155 miles an hour. That's like a laser beam just coming towards me. But an average professional male tennis player serves at 150 miles per hour. So top players can routinely return these serves. How? Well, they're trained properly. Great players know how to apply their hidden skills and are able to apply it. For example, tennis players, they would watch film of their opponent, and they would study their opponent's hips movements, shoulders, and arms. And they will know where the ball will land at 155 miles per hour. So they did an example, actually they did a study by allowing people to watch film, and they would pause the film. Before the ball would be hit, they would ask average players like me and you versus the professional players. The average players were not able to answer the questions. However, the professional player was able to tell you where the ball would land 9 out of 10 times. So all of these talented people are good at one thing. So for you to get specific and get talented at one thing, I'm pretty sure you're good at one thing. I'm good at one thing, you're good at one thing. You don't know what it is, you just gotta find it. Everyone has one thing that they're good at. You don't have to be smarter. You don't have to graduate from an Ivy League. You don't have to be given $1 million, which would be nice. I'm telling you, it would be very nice if I was given $1 million. You just have to be obsessed, and you have to be passionate about something. Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuck, and Tony Robbins was good at one thing. They worked hard, and they got specific. Talent and greatness comes from 99% of hard work. So let me explain that in a different way. 99% of talent and greatness comes from hard work. You just gotta be able to put in the hard work. So what is deliberate practice? It can be characterized in several elements. It means being specific on a certain thing to improve performance. So there are 3 zones that you got to be aware of. The comfort zone, where you won't make progress because you're comfortable. Remember, working 8 to 10 hours a day, you're comfortable. Number 2, which is the panic zone. Where am I? You're not going to learn because you're in a constant state of stress. And then the third one is the learning zone. This is helping you identify where improvements need to be made, and the simple, small, minor adjustments can get you there. With deliberate practice, you could stumble upon hidden indicators. These hidden indicators come from many years of hard work and practice. Sam Walton used this hidden indicator to measure his employees' happiness or even his customers' level of happiness. His customers' level of happiness would be the way his employees treat them. And his Employees' level of happiness would be the way their managers would treat their employees. Another thing that I know that you probably didn't know, store managers would usually measure the oil level or oil stain in their store parking lot to see their customers, to see how the customers treated their cars, and to see, and to, for their employees to see where their customers' finances are. Here's the third one that's really, really interesting. Laura Rittenhouse, who is a famous investor, she would count the letter I in the CEO's corporate letter before making an investment. Any managers who are self-centric would not be a good leader. I wouldn't want a leader that just rules and just thinks about themselves. What can you do to become good or even better at your field? Know what you want to do. Make a decision. Make a decision from that day on that you want to do something. You want to accomplish something. The number one rule is to take action. Where does taking action come from? It's to make a decision. Decisions will shape your day, your week, your month, and your year. If you want to stay fit, if you want to stay healthy, you got to make that decision saying, I will stay healthy. I will stay fit. Instead of saying, well, it would be nice. It would be nice to be fit. That would be saying like, oh, I'm just going to throw up a Hail Mary and one of these days someone's going to catch it. Your chances are very low of achieving that goal. So practice deliberately. Knowing what to focus on will get you there. And always, always get immediate feedback. So that's why you get a personal trainer, you get a coach, you get a mentor. So how do I become the best? Set a goal. Top performers set goals. And they're not about, the outcome, but about the process of the outcome. The best focuses on how they could get there at a particular skill. Being self-aware. The second one is being self-aware. Choose someone that is slightly above your level of, your skill level, and try to achieve that level, and then build on top of it. And always expect to win. Every morning I wake up, I look myself in the mirror, and I say, I am going to win today. And I always say it before I leave the house. Study others, understand their domain, and gain a deep knowledge. So ultimately, talent comes from hard work, inner drive, obsession, and definitely passion. And a passion with a clear goal in mind. Not all future great performers can become great without a goal. So the next time you think you aren't talented, you're not skilled enough, you can't do something, just remember, talent is overrated. Always remember this last thing. Greatness, talent, and wealth comes from your obsession and passion and hard work. And I never said motivation, because motivation is temporary. Obsession lasts forever. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video. Last but not least, please follow and subscribe to this channel, as well as follow my blog, www.stateyourhealth.com, my Twitter, my Facebook page, as well as my Instagram. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.